What if there's a river in the unseen world that doesn't flow forward but circles back, carry every feeling you once gave away, returning them to you in unexpected ways? What if nothing you felt was ever lost? What if the echoes you forgot are still swimming toward you right now? And what if listening to this is your way of hearing the river call you back? Stay with me. Because once you see how the current works, you will never look at emotion the same way again. And if you have ever felt still pull that your feelings echo back when you least expect, then subscribe now. Not just to this channel, but to your own awareness. Because the unseen river already knows your name. Let's move with first one. The hidden law nobody teaches. We are told that time moves in one direction, that yesterday is gone, that feelings vanish once they are released. But this is the half truth. Energy never dies, it only changes form. And emotions are energy. Every sigh you gave in silence, every word you swallowed, every burst of joy that once lit up your chest, they did not vanish. They entered circulation. They entered the river. Psychologists call it emotional imprinting. Your nervous system carries it. Mystics call it karma. Physics call it conservation of energy. Different languages, same truth. What you give circles back. So the question isn't whether emotions return, it's when and how. We get next one. Echoes in the water. Picture this. You fall in love, you pour your heart into another, they leave, you believe the love is gone, but it isn't. It's still moving, flowing downstream. And one day, years later, you look into a stranger's eye and feel the same pulse return. That's not coincidence. That's your own energy echoing back. Your science calls it affective memory. The nervous system never erases emotional tones, it achieves them. And when a new movement resonates with the same vibration, the archive unlocks. Suddenly you feel deja vu, not because the future is repeating the past, but because the river has returned your echo to your shore. Think of every life that returned in someone else's smile, every kindness that returned through the hands of a stranger, every pain that returned as a trigger in your chest. This is the law of return in action. Moving with next one, the science of return and the psychology of flow. Your brain rewires this as constantly. Neuroplasticity. Every emotional release lays down a pathway, and pathways don't vanish. They wait until the right one. Then they resurface as impulses, dreams, patterns. This is why unresolved karma keeps circling back, why joy reappears in unexpected places, why regret knocks on your door when you thought you had moved on. Algorithms mirror this same law. What you click, what you watch, what you feel drawn toward, the system returns it. The river of attention works like the cosmic river. What you invest returns amplified. The hidden truth. The universe itself works like a grand algorithm. Your emotions are the data you feed it, and reality is the recommendation feed circling back to you. We with next one. Nothing is ever wasted. Every love you gave was recorded. Every ounce of care, every fragment of bitterness, none of it is wasted. The river is impartial. It does not keep score. It circulates. Give love to someone who abandons you. The love is not lost. It circles back. Maybe through a friend's loyalty, maybe through your own healing. Give anger into the world. It circles back. Maybe in arguments, maybe in the heaviness you wake up with years later. Karmic law isn't punishment, it's circulation. The psychology of resonance confirms it. We attract the emotional tone we most release, not because the universe judges, but because the river delivers. Today's is not only today, it is the harvest of echoes you released long ago. Moving with next one, the mirror that never lies. Look closely at your patterns. Different faces, same story. Different places, same feeling. Psychologists call it repetition compulsion. Mystics call it the mirror of return. The river does not just bring back emotions, it brings back lessons. Unfinished energy will keep circling until you see it, until you awaken, until you choose differently. If you ignore it, it will repeat. If you numb it, it will return stronger. But if you face it, the echo transforms. Every heartbreak is not random, it is a mirror. Every repeated mistake is not failure, it is a message. The river is holding up your own reflection. Moving with next one, healing the river within. Most people fight their echoes. They drown them with destruction. They bury them with denial. But what you bury is not gone. It is carried by the river, and sooner or later it surfaces. Healing is not about erasing the river, it is about stepping into it consciously. Therapy, meditation, journaling, breathwork, these are oars that let you navigate the current. When the echo returns and you greet it with awareness, the current shifts. Pain becomes depth, loss becomes wisdom, regret becomes compassion. The river stops haunting you and starts guiding you. We with next one, the secret of manifestation psychology. Manifestation is often sold as magic tricks, but the real secret is resonance. What you release is what returns. Release gratitude, it circles back in unexpected blessings. Release fear, it circles back in repeated obstacles. Release clarity, it circles back as synchronicities lining up like stepping stones. Studies show grateful people don't just feel happier, they experience more opportunities. Why? Because gratitude changes the current. The river carries their light and delivers it back multiplied. Manifestation is not about demanding, it is about planting seeds in the current and waiting for the harvest to flow back. Moving with next one, recognizing the return in everyday life. Coincidences, synchronicities, stars meetings, strange timings. These are the rivers speaking. That friend who calls when you needed them most. That song that plays secretly when your heart broke. That opportunity that appears when you whispered for change. You call it luck, but the river calls it return. The more aware you become, the more visible the current. Life begins to feel less like chaos, more like choreography. Because the river has always been flowing, you just weren't watching. Moving with next one, steering the current. If the river always flow back, then the greatest power you have is choosing what to release today. Release bitterness and wait for its shadow. Release compassion and watch it circle back as help you in your hardest hour. Release fear and it turns as chains. Release faith and it returns as doors opening. Every thought, every word, every feeling is not a one time spark, it is seed, and the river is the soil. So ask yourself, what do I want to flow back to me? Because it will, it always will. Moving with final words for you. So here we are. The river that flows back to you has been flowing all along. Every laugh, every warn, every prayer, every silence, none of it was wasted. All of it is returning, not to punish you, not to drown you, but to teach you, to remind you that nothing you give is lost, that your life is shaped not only by what you receive, but by what you release. So release wisely, release consciously, because the river listens and the river always returns. And if these words echo something in you, subscribe now. Not for me, but for you. Because subscribing is not just joining this channel, it is a declaration to your own awareness that you are ready to see the unseen current, that you are ready to walk with the river that never forgets. Because the next echo is already on its way back to you.